What's going on, everybody? My name is Thuan Bui and I've been in the life insurance industry for about 6 years now. And I always get people asking me how I got into the financial services industry in the first place. And I always tell them that nobody actually grows up thinking that they want to become a life insurance agent, let alone myself. But to be honest with you, after getting my license, it completely changed my life. It introduced me to entrepreneurship, sales, leadership, and it gave me a clearer vision of what my future could look like for myself and my future family. So in this video, I want to transparently walk you through how to get your life insurance license, how I personally got started, and what to expect when getting into this industry. So when I first got introduced to the life insurance industry, I was honestly very skeptical, and probably you feel the same way right now, and that's probably why you're watching this video. I heard things like it's a pyramid scheme. I heard things like people don't make money. People just recruit you to make money for themselves. I hear things like you're gonna quit in like two days. But at the same time, I saw many people my age making a great living, traveling, building businesses, helping families, and just having flexibility in their life to do what they wanted to do. And that's what I wanted. So naturally, I got curious, but I was also cautious about stepping into this new industry. So I did my research and I learned that a lot of the negative reviews about life insurance is due to the agent or the company that they're with, not the actual industry itself. For example, let's just say you go to get a haircut at a new barber, which you shouldn't do, by the way, and they completely mess up your hair. Does that mean that all barbers are bad, or does it just mean that that barber is bad? That's the same concept here. Just because one life insurance agent just messes up a policy for a client doesn't mean that all life insurance agents will do the same thing. And same thing for a company that abuses power. There'll be another company out there that will treat their agents like gold. So after coming to that realization, I just jumped into it. Not because of the money. Of course, the money is very important, but I saw the need for life insurance, especially in the younger crowd. And the reason why I say that is because I see a lot of people who are 55, 65 years old, and they're completely uninsured. And if something were to happen to them, their family is in complete financial chaos. So in my head, I figured that this has to start from somewhere. This stemmed from somewhere. And most of the times it stemmed from a young age. If that education was provided at a younger age, at 65 years old, they would have been in a completely different situation. So let's talk about why people want to get into the life insurance industry in the first place. Also, let's be real. Everybody wants to make money and everybody has the right to make money, but you have to do it the right way. This is one of the few careers where you're able to start part-time, you don't need a college degree, and your income isn't capped by a salary. But I also want to be completely transparent with you. This is not an easy industry at all. It's very difficult. There's a lot of people online who claim they make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, but they're not telling you the full truth. There's chargebacks involved, there's a lot of stress, there's legal things because if they do it wrong, people are gonna sue them. So I don't want you to get into this industry thinking that's gonna be easy money, but eventually if you work on your craft and do what's right by the client, you'll eventually make a lot of money for yourself and your family. But unfortunately, a lot of people come into this industry thinking that they're gonna make 6 figures in 6 months, and then they quit because they realize it takes consistency, communication skills, they're gonna be rejected a lot, self-discipline, and they actually have to do the work. So yes, this business can absolutely change your life like it did mine, but you have to put in the work. I got my license in 2020. I didn't start making money until 2022. So step 1, get your life insurance license. For me, I went through AD Banker for my pre-licensing course. Every state is a little bit different, but the process looks similar to this. You complete your pre-licensing hours, study the material, and then schedule your state exam. The exam covers topics like life insurance basics, ethics, state regulations, annuities, policy structures, and insurance terminologies. And honestly, the exam's not that hard. You only need a 60% to pass. At least that's what it is in California. But you do need to study. I recommend taking practice exams. I recommend watching YouTube videos, flashcards, whatever it is that you need to do and whatever you feel like is most comfortable for you when preparing for a test. Once you've passed the exam, step 2 is learn the products. Because passing the exam does not mean that you know how to sell insurance. You have to know what you're going to sell first. So now you have to learn about all the different types of life insurance policies. Term life insurance policies, whole life insurance policies, index universal life, annuities, living benefits, and everything else that goes into life insurance, because different products solve different problems. And one of the biggest mistakes that new agents make is trying to sell a product that they don't fully understand, and then they find themselves in front of a client, the client asks them a question, they don't have the answer, and the client walks away. Now that you know about the different products, now is the time to find your company. There's really 2 ways you can do this. You can either go the captive route, or you can go the independent agent broker route. And I'm not going to get into what's better than the other. You just have to do your own research and figure out what's best for you. And step 4, we're almost done here. Now you have to get contracted after you've chosen your company. If you chose a captive company, you're gonna have to get contracted with them and you can only sell their products If you chose an independent agent brokerage company, you can get contracted with the carriers that they're partnered with. This usually includes background checks, paperwork, compliance training, and getting onboarded with the carrier and company that you choose. And now comes the part that everybody wants to get to, selling. And honestly, this is the point where most people grow or quit, because now you're gonna have to learn communication, marketing, prospecting, following up, networking, building a team, managing agents, learning about the product, so many different things. I remember my first ever client appointment, I was wearing a blue dress shirt, and by the time I ended that meeting, I was sweating from the pits everywhere. My back was wet. I was super scared, but I got the deal done. And fast forward 6 years later, now I don't even sweat it anymore. It's the same thing, just different numbers. So in the beginning, you are not going to feel confident. Do not worry. You're probably gonna sweat. You're probably gonna lose a deal, or maybe you might make the deal somehow, but it's completely normal. But over time, through multiple meetings, rejections, objections, making a sale, losing the sale, losing that prospect that you always wanted to get, you will improve. So that's basically the process of getting your life insurance license from A to Z. And there's a lot of things in between that I'm missing because it varies from where you want to work, who you want to work with, what kind of products you want to sell, and how fast you want to grow your insurance business. So again, the 5 easy steps are: number 1, getting licensed; number 2, learn the products; number 3, find a company; number 4, get contracted; and number 5, sell. So if you want to learn more about financial services, life insurance, IULs, other different products, annuities, or technical knowledge, hit the subscribe button, comment, like this video if you feel like this helped you. And I'll be documenting more of my journey here on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is Thuan, and I'll see you on the next one.